We need to talk about Howard Lutnick, who was, let's say, he openly lied about having nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein after that time that he met him with his wife, and he said, "This guy gives me the creeps. I will never," and he was on the record, on an interview saying, "And I never met him ever again. I told my wife," we both nodded, walking away from his house, "we are never going to be anywhere near this man ever again." His wife and I, according to Howard Lutnick, made those kind of vows after they saw Jeffrey Epstein for the first time, because they had this very bad vibes, bad juju from the guy. But it turns out that they did meet the guy again, literally going to his island to have lunch, and they brought their children. Go figure. And if you're going to ask, yes, this was after Jeffrey Epstein was convicted, and everybody knew he was a pedophile. So, yeah, Howard Lutnick, we have another expression in Venezuela. This like you're guilty, as we could say, vas para la cárcel, you go to jail. It's like you're not literally going to jail, because I don't think that Howard Lutnick is going to jail over this. This is embarrassing. I don't know if you think that this is worthy that for the guy to resign, but this is a huge, fat, big lie that he did, and was really embarrassing watching him telling this to Congress. Let's watch.
Lutnick, I think you understand the root of concern here. It's the way you described very emphatically your first encounter with him in his apartment, said you were disgusted, would never have any contact with him again. Did you, in fact, make the visit to Jeffrey Epstein's private island?
I did have lunch with him as I was on a boat going across on a family vacation. My wife was with me, as were my 4 children and nannies.
4 children. He brought his 4 children. Did you forget any children, any child at the island, Howard?
I had another couple they were there as well with their children, and we had lunch on the island. That is true, for an hour, and we left with all of my children, with my nannies and my wife, all together. We were on family vacation. We were not apart. To suggest there was anything untoward about that in 2012.
In 2012? In 2012, all right? It was almost fresh out of jail.
I don't recall why we did it.
I don't recall why we did it. I should. You don't have a merch. In my merch shop. You not only can get my Royal Rogue mug, which is my favorite mug in the world, but I need. I need to create. I don't know. Maybe a baseball cap or something that says, "I don't recall why we did it," or maybe I don't know, a quarter zip polo or something like that. I don't recall why we did it. That is wild. I don't recall why we went to the island. We were just going on a boat. Oh, we saw light inside, so we decided to jump off the boat and visit Jeffrey Epstein Island. But I don't remember. This is like this. I don't know. This the Mickey Mouse clubhouse. He's painting like this is the Mickey Mouse clubhouse episode with the mouse tool. Oh, we found a mouse tool at the Epstein Island. Let's see how this works. And they began singing, the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse song while they were going to the boat after 1 hour. I mean, that was a bit rushed. I can guess that from the point that you're at the pier with the boat to the place that you were having lunch, talk a bit about, what is that? What is the blue and white thing that is out there? No, don't pay attention to that. They had, some kind of coffee, some dessert, and then they went back to I'm pretty sure that it was more than 1 hour, but there's no way to tell, right? There's no way to tell. Oh my God, this man is cooked. This man is so cooked. I don't know. He might be awesome at his thing as Secretary of Commerce, but this doesn't look good. This doesn't look good on him, and I needed to call him out.
But
Mr. Secretary, again, as I said, there's
Yeah, you're full of you're full of head. Journalist to Secretary Lutnick about Epstein. Why did you say you found him gross but still kept in contact with him? Why did you keep contact after he pled guilty to sex crimes? Why did you say to Democrats calling for you to resign? This is all very good questions, and I myself am asking those questions.
Mr. Speaker, Howard Lutnick had said that he had cut off ties with Jeffrey Epstein in 2005, but the documents that came out contradict that. Democrats and Thomas Massie say he should resign. Do you think that Howard Lutnick should resign?
Of course not. It's absurd. Howard Lutnick is a great Commerce Secretary. He's done an extraordinary job for the country, and Thomas Massie should stop playing political games.
Do you have any concerns about Lutnick's ties with Epstein?
I don't know anything about that. I know Howard as an individual, and I trust his word on it. I mean, I don't know the timing and all that. I'm not sure. You have to ask others.
What's the latest on
Do you have any interest in reviewing the unredacted files, the Epstein files?
Of course, I have an interest. For me, it's timing. I've got Chairman Comer and many of our colleagues that are going down to comb through that. Chairman Comer will go do it himself. I have a lot of faith in him and his ability and his team. The lawyers of oversight are going through it, and members themselves, as you know, it's unredacted and available to everybody. I intend to go down myself. Right now, I'm trying to keep the train on the tracks, and we've got to do all this stuff simultaneously.
Do you know
So
when you're gonna go?
I am convinced the DOJ is complying with everything they're required to do. We still have a pending report where they will formally explain why some of their redactions are made. But I think it's a good move for them to put the millions of documents in the SCIF so that members can go in and see and verify this for themselves. There's some good work, good review being done on that. I applaud it. It's important. We have to make sure that justice is carried forward for these victims, and we're all committed to that.
Well, they're committed to that, and again, of course, we circle back to the argument that we say sometimes. It is not exactly illegal to have visited Jeffrey Epstein's island. It is not exactly illegal to have lied on an interview, a very prominent interview, that you despise the guy and you never saw him again, and you were lying. It is not exactly illegal. She's not going to be prosecuted for that. But again, how can you trust the guy again? How does he come back from that? And so, some of you are mentioning, I think Ms. Weezy, for example, RFK Jr. had already admitted that he went with Epstein in his jet to some destinations. Look for fossils. Yeah, Jeffrey Epstein got bored because Kennedy doesn't drink or drugs, and yeah, at least he came forward before all of this. That is my guess, because that is the idea. If you know that at some point you're gonna be exposed, and you know that the being exposed is imminent, I think you should own the narrative and come forward yourself and set the record straight of what happened. The big problem is that if you actually did bad stuff, and the other problem is, are there records of that bad stuff? For example, what kind of bad stuff could we attribute to Bill Gates at this point? Not saying that I'm going to deflect from the fact that we are talking about Howard Lutnick. I'm just doing another example. And again, what exactly was, it could have been something illegal that Bill Gates did while in Jeffrey Epstein. But the thing is, only the fact that they were hanging out with this person, in the case of Bill Gates repeatedly, in the case of Howard Lutnick at least one more time, that is enough to cast doubts about, their reputation. But I would like to know, what do you think about this in the comments? My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Power Pundit. Much love and